So we've looked a lot at filtering. I've given you so many tools to use with filtering. And the material has varied from straightforward to extremely dense. Think time zones, but don't think about time zones. In any case, all of that is extremely useful. We know how to filter. But now we get into the next piece, sorting data. Do you remember when we were talking about the relational model and how it doesn't give you a specific order of information? It doesn't care about how the data is sorted. It's just going to insert it. It's not going to sort it alphabetically. It's not going to sort it numerically. It doesn't care about sorting. Now, in some cases, if you do use a primary key, that is an auto-incrementing or auto-addition number, well, yes, every time you insert data, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But that is aside from the fact that actually, in reality, relational model and relational databases don't really care about sorting. So how do we go about sorting data? How do we go about sorting certain columns and certain data in certain ways? Well, here is a new keyword, order by. This is a new thing that we add to our query. We had select, we had from, we had where, and now we have order by. Sorting data either in an ascending or descending fashion by column. So it's either going to sort ascending or descending. What does that mean? Well, it's either going to sort from A to Z or Z to A. And depending on if you have a number from high to low or low to high. And if it's a combination of things, well then it has certain sorting mechanisms to figure out, hey, if it's a date, well, lowest date to highest date to lowest date. So ascending or descending. Order by. So when we order data, we're going to be sorting it. So if we wanted to sort ascending, we would do something like select a certain amount of columns from customers, and then we could order by name, which means it would go from A to Z in an ascending fashion. And if we were to do this in a descending fashion, well, then we would use order by the column name, and we would use the keyword descending to say, hey, go from Z to A. Fairly easy stuff. Now, what if you wanted to use multiple columns? Well, you could do something like select star from customers, order by name, comma, last name, descending. Now, here's the trick question. Is it going to sort by name and last name descending? Or is it going to sort by name ascending and last name descending? Well, let's take a look at how that would work. So over here, we're in our employees database again, and we have their first name and their last name. From employees, and let's say order by first name, comma, last name. All right, and we said last name descending. So let's see what happens here. So when we do this, we can see that order by takes columns in the fashion they come in. So technically speaking, when we use order by, it's going to do it on a column by column basis. This does not apply to both of these. This only applies to the rightmost, which is last name. So technically speaking, what's happening here is it's doing order by ascending. So first name, if you do not give it an identifier, it considers it ascending. This will yield the exact same results we just saw. Why is that? Because of what I just said. This only applies to last name. If we said order by first name descending, well, then we're going to see a very different result set. We're going to see it order by first name from Z to A and then last name from Z to A. So you're going to see last name from lowest to highest. With alphabet, it's not from highest to lowest. It's from Z to A, if you know what I mean. In any case, what we can see here is clearly that order by goes on a column by column basis, and the identifier is linked to the column specified right beside it. Interesting. You can also use expressions with order by. we could order by the length of a name. So let's try that out. Well, let's say we wanted to do first name descending. Well, what we're going to see here is that we're going to go Z. But what if we did length and we said go descending? Well, then we're going to see a very different name pop up. Whoa. Okay. So you can see here, you can use expressions, functions, with the order by clause in order to determine by what you want to go ascending or descending. Very, very, very powerful keyword. And this is the extent to which that this keyword can be utilized. It can be utilized to order your data in the fashion that you want it. And you can utilize this with your where clause to, again, sort the filtered data in the way you want to visualize it. So it is a visualization tool. It's an easy way to say, hey, I filtered all this data. I did all this stuff. Now show me it in this fashion. Show me it in this order. Because again, the relational model does not warrant you an order of the information. It's not going to give you first name and last name from A to Z if you don't tell it to order it that way. Now, there are a bunch of exercises around order by, so you can go sink your teeth into those.